Paul Potentiovich. Sunset flip. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout and new Intercontinental Champion, the British Bulldog.
Oh, look at that. What is this? She took off her dress. She took off her skirt to Villanova suit. I don't. Elizabeth has shot everybody. Look at Jesse. He doesn't know what to do. I don't believe my eyes. Look at the $1 million man. He doesn't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Look at Andre. He's bewildered. Everybody's shocked. Everybody's on their feet, Gorilla. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
The tower of power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Ooh, yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Really? Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Getting all summer slammed up here is the WWE pay-per-view. What they're billing is the second largest pay-per-view of the year behind WrestleMania. I beg to differ. I still think the Royal Rumble's bigger, but that's always up for debate. In the house here, we've got little Alex, and of course, we've got Lucas the intern. Nick Cataldi's here pushing the buttons, turning the dials. And cheering himself as he does. And we've got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. Get into some news and notes early here. For those who missed it, this only happened a couple of days ago, but it's spread not only throughout the internet, but even to the Today Show and CNN, among others. An active WWE wrestler revealing that he is gay. Yes, Darren Young, or real name Fred Rosser, became the first active WWE performer to publicly announce that he's gay. Young was asked by TMZ whether a gay wrestler could succeed in the company. He said, absolutely. Look at me. I'm a WWE superstar, and to be honest, I'll tell you right now, I'm gay and I'm happy. I'm very happy. Support for Young's coming out has been positive throughout the WWE. WWE issuing a statement on their website Thursday. On TMZ this morning, WWE superstar Darren Young revealed to the WWE Universe that he is gay. WWE is proud of Darren Young for being open about his sexuality, and we will continue to support him as a WWE superstar. Today, in fact, Darren will be participating in one of our Be a Star anti-bullying rallies in Los Angeles to teach children how to create positive environments for everyone regarding age, race, religion, or sexual orientation.
What else could they say?
Oh, true. Anything else would be a public relations nightmare.
Oh, my God. We don't like that. Honk.
I think it's good for the community because a lot of people give pro wrestling a hoo-ha, I guess you could say.
Flack. They give them a lot of flack.
Yeah. Especially because they've said, a lot of people in my school have said, oh, pro wrestling is gay, and that's they said it. They've said it.
But they use it in a derogatory sense.
But the term has a new meaning nowadays. It seems, or a different meaning.
Yeah, this is interesting. It came up this week just because we've got a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old in the studio, so it's.
Well, yeah, but in spite of that, I still know what I'm doing.
I'm an old soul, so it's different for me. It's just. No, but I'm saying, and I'd ask them, why do you think it's that way? And they'd be like, oh, a bunch of guys in underpants.
I know, all the generalities are coming out here.
I'm just like,
I love this.
What's wrong with that? Why is that a problem?
Yeah, it's entertainment. You don't hear about that. Hear that about like circus.
But honestly,
that.
Could you honestly expect somebody in the WWE to go, I'm against it? Oh yeah.
I'm sure
we'll be selling newspapers in a corner the day after, Or he'd be a disc jockey at a low-watt AM station. Anyway.
That explains a lot of that. All right, Nick's gonna take to the phones and in just a sec here, because I have a hunch there's going to be a lot of people wanting to talk about this. Other reaction: TMZ told by John Cena, "Oh, wonderful! I know Darren personally. Darren's a great guy. That's a very bold move for him, and congratulations to him for actually finally doing it." And as far as possible issues in the locker room, Cena said, "It's all about being professional. Darren Young is a consummate professional."
You know, I think that's good. If you can get hopefully if Cena approves of it, like I'm hoping if Cena is like with Darren Young on this, if he's on Darren Young's side, then we're gonna have a lot of other people going on in Darren's corner. So good for him. Good for you, Darren.
Most certainly. And other reactions coming from Twitter. WWE executive Triple H tweeting, "Congratulations at Darren Young WWE for living your life your way. #proud." Stephanie tweeting, "Congratulations to Darren Young," well, at Darren Young WWE, for becoming the first openly gay WWE superstar. And Young's primetime players tag team partner, Titus O'Neil, well, he added on Twitter, "I'm very proud of Darren. He's been like family to me and my kids, and that won't change." So that's also very good. So a lot of reaction to it, and we'll get to the phones on this. Walt has chimed in. Walt, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Yeah, good afternoon, Fearon. I thought I'd get an angle in. I watched Vinnie McMahon and Triple H on the conclusion of this week's SmackDown. Mm-hmm. And I watched it, and I looked at it, and my quick analysis, it seems like they wanted to be in corporate conditions, not on pro wrestling conditions, because they gave no dramatic rise to what they were doing ring-related. It looked like they needed to do something corporate-related. How did you take this?
Well, I mean, it's furthering the storyline of Vince not necessarily supporting Daniel Bryan as a possible WWE champion, whereas Triple H is giving Bryan his support. And really, they're injecting themselves into a match that, frankly, doesn't need their involvement. I think that Cena and Daniel Bryan have done a good enough job selling the match on their own. And if there wasn't any proof of that, coming up in the second segment, I've got their clip from Raw that, the two of them just... Yeah, if people weren't sold on it before, they certainly were this past Monday.
Yeah, to say the least. Real quick before I wrap up, your call for the Philadelphia Soul this afternoon in Championship Arena football action.
Yeah, that is going on not too long after I sign off here. I believe is the kickoff there. It's good to see at least one Philadelphia team winning.
Your quick analysis: who was the last Philadelphia Championship team on record? Pro team.
This is true.
What was the last one?
Oh, what was the last one? Oh, I'm sorry. It was a statement, not a question. I was going to say, did the Soul win it after the Phillies won in 2008? Or?
No, Phillies are the latest.
The Phillies, okay, the Phillies are the latest.
And then July 2008 was the Soul under Bon Jovi ownership.
Oh, okay. I knew they were close together. I just forgot whether it was before or after.
Yeah, and then it was personal. Then to my family before that I had to deal with. So, but it's very simple that to see all this coming forward now. So let's hope for a Soul party this afternoon. We'll know at 3:30 Eastern.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. Thanks so much for the call, Walt. Appreciate it. Getting back, we got some other news and notes here. Actually, this just came in over the course of the last 24 hours. Brooke Hogan out of TNA. TNA's on-air talent, Brooke Hogan, of course, daughter of Hulk Hogan, who just celebrated a milestone birthday this past week. I'll get into that in a second. But Brooke Hogan reportedly out of TNA. The Wrestling Observer reporting it was TNA's decision to cut Brooke off of the roster. ProWrestling.net, meanwhile, says that the split was amicable. There have been no official statements from TNA, Hulk Hogan, or Dixie Carter, and Brooke is still listed on TNA's website roster. So it's been reported, but not official yet. Kind of like the lengthy reports of who the Sixers head coach was going to be. It eventually happened.
You know, when I say this, I don't mean to be offensive or anything, but Brooke, I think you should just stick to country singing. And I don't mean it as oh, I'm being a jerk. I just think it's not.
That's a bonus.
Wrestling's not for anyone. It's not for everyone. I didn't mean to say anyone. It's not for everyone. There are certain people that are just not built for this business, and that's life in the big city.
True. There are a lot of second-generation stars who didn't quite do as well as the first. I mean, Greg Gagne, son of Vern Gagne up in the Minnesota area and the AWA, he didn't quite do nearly as well as his father. Just to use that as an example.
I must say third-generation superstars are doing very well. Let's see, Randy Orton, The Rock, these third-generation superstars are doing very well for themselves.
Curtis Axel's getting a pretty good start at the moment, too.
Is he second generation or is he?
He is third generation.
Oh, he's third?
Mr. Perfect was his father, and his grandfather is Larry the Axe Hennig.
Yeah, and another thing, I'm getting confused, though. Are Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, are they third or are they just second generation, I think?
They are both... Oh, actually, no. Cody Rhodes is second. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes, his dad. And, I mean, there's a family tree there. Of course, Cody's, I believe, half-brother, Dustin Rhodes, better known as Gold Dust. Yeah. Please don't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I tried to forget the name of... That was almost a tell me I didn't just see that moment. And thankfully, you can piece together what was done in studio based on what you heard. I'll just leave it at that. But... in the case of Ted DiBiase, he is third generation. His father, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and grandfather, Iron Mike DiBiase. There you go, a little history lesson. You know, got to learn the youngins a little bit here as we go along.
I'm surprised I knew that at 15. That's...
Yeah, there you go. You're getting your facts straight. That's what you want to do. All right, now other quick news here, then we'll take a break, come back, and get into a lot more things here. You can stream WWE pay-per-views on your PlayStation 3. Sony announcing that their new live events app for the PS3 that happened this past Tuesday, and it will allow viewers to watch WWE pay-per-views on the PS3 system for the first time. The announcement heavily centered around tomorrow's SummerSlam event. So, among calling your local cable company or ordering it online at WWE.com, you can now stream WWE pay-per-views on your PlayStation 3 for all of you gaming wrestling fans out there, and I know there are quite a few of you. In other news, E! Entertainment, they've ordered 6 more episodes of Total Divas. Woohoo. E! announcing Wednesday they've ordered 6 more episodes. That'll bring the total number ordered to 14, so at least it's drawing ratings for them in some regard.
Yes, more Eva Marie, yes.
I figured you'd be happy about that.
Yes. I mean, I'm sorry, Mike was on.
Oh, my. Meanwhile, DDP on HBO Real Sports. We'll talk a little bit about DDP in a sec here. This coming Tuesday, August 20th, HBO's Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel, who a lot of people have said I look like over the years, will profile Diamond Dallas Page and his DDP Yoga brand. HBO's press release saying few athletes have a tougher life after sports than professional wrestlers. That the fast lifestyle that accompanies year-round entertaining across the country can take its toll on bodies and minds, resulting in a disproportionate amount of former wrestlers becoming drug-dependent and struggling with mental health issues. In stark contrast to the sport's high-flying, muscle-bound theatrics, yoga is now helping rehabilitate some stars of yesteryear. Diamond Dallas Page, famous for his success in the WCW and WWF, created DDP Yoga after finding that yoga helped ease not only his physical ailments, but also his depression, and has striven to help others from his era, most notably Scott Razor Ramon Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts. Correspondent Frank Defford sits down with the wrestlers to discuss how yoga has helped their lives in a way they never thought possible.
I really think DDP is one of those underrated superstars. Like, he was big, but he wasn't as big as he was supposed to be, I feel like. I'm watching right now the WCW 1999 Spring Stampede. It was him in the Four Corners match with Hogan, Sting, and Flair. I haven't seen the match yet. I'm still watching, like, the part 1 of it, but... Like, I love those underdog stories. Like, Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 22. These guys that worked real hard to get this title, like the Austin Aries sorts of guys, they worked their butt off, and then they finally get what they deserve, which is a world title around their waist.
Yeah, and when I interviewed DDP, he actually noted that as his favorite match that he has ever been in. So that'll be a treat. The Four Corners match that you had mentioned there.
I got the whole world around my waist. Oh, come on. I should have got a laugh on that one, for crying out loud.
I don't...
No, I think silence was the best way to treat that, actually.
Oh, jeez. I'm not wasting any more good material on you guys.
I feel like if I laugh, you're going to get insulted.
Oh, shut up.
There you have that. Now,
I'm glad you put the mask back on, Alex. It's an improvement.
Yeah, Alex is here in studio. He's got a luchador mask on, a silver luchador mask. He's definitely bringing the quiet behind the riot today. But we'll hear a little bit more from him as we look at predictions certain to go wrong for SummerSlam coming up. That'll be a little bit later in the show. But actually, for those who, I posted it up on the WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly Facebook fan page. Not sure if anybody got the chance to go out. I know I did, though. Yesterday, there was actually a public display in Philadelphia of DDP Yoga, and it was right at the base of the steps of the Art Museum. Yes, where the infamous Rocky statue, all that stuff's going on. I was a part of that, and it was led by none other than Arthur Borman, the inspirational story of the man who was a former military paratrooper, messed up his knees and back from doing all those paratrooping jumps, ended up having his weight ballooned to 297 pounds, and then started on DDP Yoga, and within 6 months lost 140 pounds. An absolutely amazing story, and a really cool dude, too. One thing that I found out from talking with him, he is not a wrestling fan, but he just was looking on the internet for something and stumbled upon DDP Yoga, and it changed his life. Go figure. So check that out. HBO Real Sports this Tuesday. Diamond Dallas Page. You look like you were ready to chime in there, Lucas.
I don't want to say it.
You don't want to say it. All right, we'll save that for off the air.
I couldn't think of anything.
You couldn't think of anything. You're still working at it. You're only 3 weeks in.
No.
Okay, we've apparently got Alex Bryan over here.
Got a screen coming down.
Yeah, he's at least got the passion and the enthusiasm.
He's getting there, yeah.
It's a work in progress. All right, well, we'll see if we can hone his vocal skills. Meanwhile, we'll take care of some business, come back, we'll talk SummerSlam. Got a lot of it coming along your way, including the John Cena, Daniel Bryan standoff from this past Monday on Raw. That's coming up on the other side. And we've got room for your phone calls and Facebook feedback as well. Facebook fan page, WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly. And the phone numbers, 215-949-3232, as well as toll-free at 888-922-2149. I'm Fearon Derry alongside Little Alex and Lucas the Intern, Nick Cataldi as well. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.